Why should you reverse engineer your competitors' videos? To a lot of newbie video marketers, their first instinct is to come up with a video that they think is hot. They swear that this video concept that they come up with is going to sell like hotcakes. I've seen this a million times before. The ending is very predictable. The idea that you thought was so hot fizzles out quickly. It turns out that your idea is not the best thing to come around since sliced bread. Far from it. Talk about an expensive mistake. If you want to truly dominate your niche through video marketing, you need to understand that you do not have to reinvent the wheel. Seriously, you just have to figure out what your competitors are doing and let them do your homework for you. Imagine that. Your competitors end up doing your homework for you. How? Pay attention to what they're doing. They're doing it for a reason. They produce videos that fall within a narrow range of topics for a reason. That reason should be obvious. It works. Start there. If you're looking for the top reason why you should just reverse engineer your competitors' videos instead of coming up with something absolutely new, it is this. It gives you a head start. The second reason is you get to build on their strengths and improve on their weaknesses. Usually, being the last person to the game is a big disadvantage. But when it comes to video marketing, it's actually a big advantage. The guys who started before you, they got out of the gate and they stumbled. And they stumbled again. And they stumbled some more. You can learn from their bad experiments and their failed video projects. You get to cherry pick from their successful videos to come up with your own video marketing success. Best of all, you can pick apart their areas for improvement and come up with ways to beat them at their own game. Do you see how this works? Don't beat yourself up over the fact that you're late to the party. In the world of video marketing, being the last person to the game is actually one of the biggest competitive advantages you can ever have. You just have to know what to do. That's the bottom line. Reverse engineer your competitors' videos and figure out the industry standard. Once you have a clear idea of what the standard is, develop your own brand. Of course, coming up with a successful brand is not going to happen overnight. It takes quite a bit of practice. But if you know what you're doing, things will fall into place. One key trick that boosts your video's SEO. What if I told you that there is one simple trick you can use to increase your video's visibility on YouTube? In fact, this little trick might even boost your video's rankings on Google search results. Excited yet? I know you would be. Here's the thing. It's not anywhere close to what you think it is. Usually, when people think of SEO, they think about keywords on pages and backlinks. I really can't blame you for thinking that way because that is standard SEO. Even a newbie search engine optimization specialist would figure this out. The problem is, ranking a video on YouTube is somewhat different from ranking on Google generally. Forget about backlinks. Instead, focus on the core technology that YouTube brings to the table. Did you know that when YouTube processes your video, it actually creates a transcript? Now, you can choose not to make this transcript public. When people click the closed caption option on your video, they can see the transcription if you make it available. You can turn this off. Regardless, Google, which is the technology behind YouTube, is actually paying attention to the words in your video. A lot of video marketers are clueless about this. They use the old tricks. They stuff keywords in their description, their titles, and their file names. Unfortunately, they do not actually talk about the keyword. In fact, for a lot of older videos, these videos have nothing to do with the keyword they are targeting. Google has become smart. The old tricks no longer work. Here's the simple trick. Mention your keyword in your video. Sounds simple, right? Well, there's a complication. Mention it in context. That means there has to be other keywords that give proper context to your keyword. You can't just target one keyword and repeat it over and over again in your video. That's not going to work. In fact, that's going to work against you. You might even get penalized for that. Instead, you have to come up with related keywords that give context to your target keyword. For example, if your target is the phrase baby shoes, you should target baby wear, baby clothes, baby fashion. Do you see the big picture? When Google processes all these different but related keywords together, it sees the context. And your video might get ranked higher for your target keyword. Sounds awesome, right? Well, you're not out of the woods yet. There's one final hurdle. Your video must still be engaging. If your video does not get views or does not get clicks, YouTube is going to bury your video. Pay attention to these factors so you can get a nice bump up in YouTube search results. Too many marketers fail to do this, and they end up failing. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I've seen very effective videos fail at the very end. Don't get me wrong, these videos were well produced. It's obvious that whoever came up with these videos spent quite a bit of time, effort, and money producing them. They're very slick, and they have amazing scripts. They communicate really well, but they're missing one key element, and that's why they failed. I'm willing to bet money that these videos did not even cover their costs of production. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised that the vast majority of these otherwise slick videos I've seen did not make any money at all. Sounds sad, right? Well, you'd be sad too if you spent all that time, effort, and money only to have very little to show for your efforts. How do these marketers fail? What are these videos missing? Well, please understand that a great video is not just about graphics. It's not just about having an awesome script. It's definitely not just about having great content that informs people. Those are very important, but you have to have this additional component. Miss out on this, and you will end up wasting your time producing yet another video. What am I talking about? Call your viewers to action. There's a reason why you created that video. It's not like you had nothing else better to do. You want to make money. Call your viewers to action so they can put extra dollars in your pocket. It's that simple. Not only that, but you have to call them to action repeatedly. Sounds simple, right? Well, here's the complication. You have to call your viewers in context. You can't just say, click the link in the description box below. That's not going to work. Why? Everybody's doing that. What makes your video stand out? What makes your video distinctive? Doing that won't make you stand out. In fact, that kind of call to action is all too forgettable. You have to call your viewers to action in context. How do you do this? You pitch them on the benefit they will get when they do what you want them to do. For example, if I'm promoting a Bitcoin trading system, I would say, if you're tired of losing money or making very little money on Bitcoin trading, click the link below for the answers you need to succeed. You see how this works? You appeal to their problem. What is their problem? They're not making any money or they're losing money. You then connect your solution and tie it to an outcome. The outcome, of course, is to turn things around. I know it seems simplistic, but it works. Don't just say, click below or click the link. That's not going to work. You might as well have not said anything. Never fail to call your viewers to action.